All right, guys, welcome to the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas wall workout. We're gonna start today. If we don't have any hitting partner, what do? Today, the wall is my hitting partner, and we're gonna give you a little wall workout to do. You can do anywhere you have a wall. Today, we have the beautiful backdrop of Las Vegas Boulevard, some of the hotels here. And we're playing at the top of the Cosmopolitan Hotel using this wall for our practice today. So we're going to start here with some forehand volleys on the wall, and we're going to gradually get into some movement and some ground stroke work at the end. All right, let's get right into it. So if I'm here starting out, I'm just going to start out with some forehand volleys on the wall. And I'm just gonna look to establish really my feel. I put up a little X, and I'm just trying to really focus on a couple things here. One, my contact point, okay? Making sure that I'm catching it in front, okay? Spacing is good in front of my body. Another thing, my contact point is not too far away from my body. It's pretty close to me. I'm talking about distance in front, but I'm also talking about the distance on the side of my body. I'm not reaching. This is how we're going to be able to establish good control of the tennis ball. Next point of contact that I want to talk about is the actual ball making contact with the strings. Okay? When we're here, yes, the racket is this big, but if my hand is here, this is really the only part of the racket that I'm going to be playing with. The outside of the frame is rather useless, so we want to be able to use right in there, right at what's called the sweet spot. So that's the third thing that I'm looking for. Let's try to make sure we're hitting it right into the sweet spot every time. Okay, so catching it in front. I'm not reaching, and I'm making sure that I'm catching it in my sweet spot. Try to feel it. That's how we're going to have that easier power. Spring. If you feel like the racket's maybe turning or you're mishitting, a lot of times it's because you're not hitting it here. Got to try to watch the contact point a little bit better and make sure that you're hitting it consistently in the sweet spot. Okay, let's do a few more here. Okay, try not to reach. I'm not doing really anything with my feet. My hand is remaining in a nice fixed position. My wrist is firm. I'm not death gripping the racket, and I'm moving the racket towards my target. Towards my target. Good. Last couple. Good. All right. Very good. All right, now let's get right into our backhand side. Kind of the same thing. I'm going to be working on the same principles. My contact point is in front. I'm looking to not reach out, and I'm looking to hit my sweet spot. I'm just trying to get a feel for that. So often I see players just not being able to find the sweet spot and complaining that the racket's moving in the hands. You're constantly having to tighten your grip, squeeze more. A lot of it will be corrected if we're just hitting it right where we need to on the back of this, right in the center of the racket. Okay, good. Wrist needs to be stable. And I'm bringing the racket towards my target. Good. It's in front. Good. And then I'm trying to also lean in a little bit, transfer the weight slightly forward. If you have a two-hander, kind of the same thing. Catch it in front. Right in there. Feel it out. Okay. I haven't hit a two-handed volley in a little bit. Let's get into the groove. Just right in there. Couple more. Again, I'm not really worried about my feet too much. I'm just trying to really focus on my contact, my racket skills. Feel it. Good. Let's do last couple. Oh. Good. Good. Reach. Keep it there. You'll notice. Good. All right. You'll notice that your wrist tends to get a little fatigued. That's a good sign. That means your wrist is getting stronger. You're working it, you're building it. That's not only just gonna help on your volleys, but a more strong, stable wrist. Definitely gonna help you get some more into your forehands and backhands and serves. Also gives you that, not only strength, but also stability. So when the ball's coming in, you'll feel like you can move your hand in the way it needs to be moving. All right, let's get right into now forehand and backhand volleys. Okay, so now I'm not really worrying about my feet. I'm neutral. I'm squaring up against the wall. And now what's the challenge here? The challenge is transferring from a forehand to backhand and keeping the same stuff. Am I keeping my contact point in front? Am I not reaching? Am I hitting my sweet spot? Simple, but very precise goals. I have my target there, and then this is how we build confidence. It's reassuring. Okay, I'm hitting the things, hitting my targets every time, contact point every time, and I'm just feeling it. Okay, so when I go on the court, I know it, I feel it. Tennis is a feeling. Good. Gotta feel it. Again, not death. If we death grip the racket, it becomes stiff and I can't move it. You can't be afraid to move your hands and arms as a unit towards where we're wanting to hit. So I'm moving my racket. Again, this is different. I'm moving my racket versus this, changing the angles of my racket. My racket is staying straight on, straight on, straight on. So it's never changing, alternating sides. All right, good. Give the wrist a quick break, and then we're gonna move on to our next drill, okay? All right, so now we've warmed up, feeling the ball, got our wrist firing, got our racket going, we understand what we need to do. Let's put it into a little bit of a challenge. So let's go 100 ball challenge, forehand and backhand, time yourself. See how fast you can do 100 balls in, all right? I'm gonna go here. Now I have my watch here, and I'm gonna start my watch in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Let's go. 100 balls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Try not to miss. 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 5, 26. Start to pick up the pace. 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 60, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. Come on. 6, 9, 80, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 90, last 10. 7, 8, 9, and 100. All right, I got 1 minute and 31 seconds. Not too bad. I'm happy I didn't miss. Could I have gone a little bit faster? Maybe, but I'm pretty happy with my consistency. I'm pretty happy I didn't feel like I really mishit any balls. So maybe next time I'm building up from that, you know, consistency. I want you to understand, I want you to feel what is going on with the racket. Be one with the contact, feel the tennis ball off of your racket. If you're chasing a bunch of balls doing this drill, it's not the point. We need to be hitting volleys. So slow down the tempo, learn how to control the ball against the wall, and build the confidence that you're hitting and doing the right things. If you're able to control the volleys on the wall like this, I promise you, you'll be able to control the balls a lot better on the court. All right, let's move on to the next portion. We're gonna move back and do some ground strokes now. All right, guys, now we move on to the ground strokes. So now, let's say I'm playing mini tennis, so I'm about half court, maybe 3/4 court. Same style, starting to feel the ball. I'm starting with just my forehands, slowly feeling the ball and just trying to feel the rhythm. Okay, just go for forehands. And I'm not trying to overexert energy right now. I'm playing feel. I'm not worrying about my feet. And I'm looking for the same things. Okay, am I meeting the ball in front? That's it. Catch the ball in front. Contact point, am I reaching? Okay, I don't want to be reaching. I want to be able to be in a good position, but I'm just feeling the ball a little bit, trying to place the ball right above. I have the X a little bit high because I'm trying to make sure that I'm not missing into the net. Keep everything there, hit up on it. Sometimes taking the actual tennis court out of the equation and just being able to feel the tennis ball is some of the best training sessions you can do to kind of break it up. Maybe you're in a little bit of a funk and the tennis court's a little bit burnt out, or just not really understanding it. Maybe just go set up some simple drills like this, have a simple goal, feel it, and I'm happy hitting right there. The ball's always coming back to me right near the X. Couple more. Feel it. Keep the ball right in front of you. Make sure we're not leaning back. I'm not obsessing if I hit a backhand or so at this point in time. So many things. Feel it. Good. Starting to feel it. Put a little bit more spin. All right. Cool. And again, I'm seeing a lot of success. I'm not missing my targets. Big left, big right. So meaning I'm hitting the ball fairly straight over my target, which is a good thing. I'm not hitting across the ball. I'm hitting it low to high, following the targets. Okay? Let's move to the backhand side. Keep up that feel. Here we go. Feel it out in front. Good. Yeah. Trying to catch the ball in front. Same concept. Okay. If you I love the wall to work on my contact point. If you're struggling and hitting the ball, you know, on the inside of your foot, this is such a great way to work on catch it out in front and watch the ball. Watch the ball. Catch it out in front. Don't let it get into you. You know? It's just being able to feel that. And being able to do that, do these things at a slower pace like this is, as most of you will come to see, that it's really not easy. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of feel, which is essential. So many shots in tennis, you know, if you want to hit the ball hard, if you don't have feel, you want to get the ball in. If you don't have feel, you don't touch the ball, you don't understand what the ball feels like on your strings and how it's supposed to feel when you're hitting it, then it becomes really difficult. And it's hard to feel and time and control stuff that it's late or I'm inside here. You gotta be able to have proper spacing and distance. If I'm in here, you know, I can't maneuver my body or my hands correctly. All right, we got the forehands warm, the backhands are warm. Let's combine the both of them. We'll go back and forth, forehands and backhands. Now we're gonna have to move a little bit more, trying to still control the same things, okay? But what happens, I have to move out of the way of the ball a little bit, so it's not that easy. Move out of the way, keep the ball in front. If you need space, you have the space. Catch it. And lift. Everything. You can try to play above the X. Feel the ball. Good. Out in front. Good. Trying to catch the ball out. So far, I don't really feel like I'm reaching. Keeping the ball, the distance in front of my body pretty well. Last couple. All right. Good. All right, guys. Now, done from the short court. Let's move on back and let's crank it up a little bit. All right, now we move a little bit further back. So let's start to light the ball up a little bit because you got to get it to come back all the way to us. Nothing too crazy. So I'm back here and I'm starting to feel it. Okay, but same thing. I'm not going super crazy. I'm again, more importantly, I'm catching the ball in front, and notice, okay, watch when I play above, guys. Watch when I play above the X, okay? The ball comes back deeper and higher. Okay, if I play below the X, comes back much shorter. What does that mean? That means if I'm playing in the court, if I'm clearing the net near the X, the ball is gonna land deeper in the court. Below the X, lower, the ball is gonna land shorter. So if you're struggling with a bit of net or depth, focus on your net clearance. Don't hit the ball harder. This is gonna keep the ball deep. Okay, keeping it here. Play around with that. What happens if the ball is flying a little bit out? Maybe just add a little bit more spin with that height. You know, a couple of rules that you kind of want to ingrain in your system. No missing in the net, and then no missing wide. Those are like the two first couple things that you're trying to do. So when I have my target set up like this, I'm looking to hit above my X, and I'm trying not to hit too wide of the X. Now, can you imagine playing a tennis match within those margins? It'd be pretty tough to beat, especially If you can combine that with some good footwork and not just combine that with good footwork to where you're moving and getting in position and you're not missing, it's pretty tough to beat. And I'm not adding any power, I'm just adding the discipline of not missing any balls, and I'm getting in position, catching it in front. Couple more. Good. All right. Nice. So now the next drill, I'm just gonna go on the forehands. I'm gonna go a little bit further back. Now I'll start to increase the power. So I feel like I'm gradually going up. Now it's starting to feel the ball. Only forehand, so you gotta jump around, find your spacing, and let's go a little bit faster on the ball. Okay, let's see if we can maintain the control by going a little bit faster on the ball. Here we go. So now, you know, when I start to go fast, I feel like my contact point is there. Same things. Catching the ball in front. Good. Okay. So as we're increasing, maybe decrease the length of time going on the wall, because you're playing with a little bit more intensity. So decrease it, take a little break, work a little bit on the recovery, and we'll do it again. So a couple sets here. Ready? And the goal is stay engaged. Contact point here, on top of the exit, the X, above it, not too wide, making sure I have good space. Here we go. No reaching. All right. Cool, that's pretty good. You know, all my shots felt like we're pretty good, penetrating, hitting off the wall pretty good. Forward, pretty consistent. And again, I feel that starts with the warm-up. Okay, if we don't take the warm-up serious, we don't do all the build-up from it, it's difficult to, when we start increasing the speed, to have the same principles work for you. Got to do it at a smaller scale to build it up to the larger scale. All right, let's move on to the backhand side now. Backhand side. Hey, slide it up. Transfer the weight. Catch it in front. And lift. Hoi. Just keep it there. Yep. Ah. Good. All right. Now, okay, take the time. The difference on the backhand now is my left leg is also working. So by hitting only backhands and having to move, I have to track the ball with my left foot. The left foot is the dominant one when I'm doing that. If you're a lefty forehand, the left foot is going to be the dominant one. For me, if I'm a righty, if I'm hitting my right hand, the right foot is going to be the one working. So if I'm hitting inside out on my forehand, my right leg is going to be pushing me there. Left leg is helping me get around on these shots. So kind of use that. Build the coordination with the left leg right there. Just feel that. I feel like it's super important to kind of get the feeling of that. And then right before I go to my timing, I'm trying to go left, right, and then transfer the body weight so I'm getting it back on its front. So ready? Left, right, just like that. Okay, ready? Left, right, out in front. And then I'll do it a little bit faster, speed, and a little bit more. So left, right, and obviously the faster we're hitting, the faster we have to adjust the legs. Left leg, boom. Good. Now we're starting to use our legs a little bit more. Push. Good. All right. Good. That was the backhand. So that's kind of my idea, what I'm trying to focus on. Added in one more element, make sure the left leg is helping me get in position on that. Okay, I'm not telling you run around your backhands in matches. If you got a two-hander or a great backhand, maybe you should. But what I'm saying is drills like this will help your regular wide cross-court ball or your backhand cross-court. Just from being able to feel the transitions and the weight transfer and the coordination between the body. So now, forehand, backhand. Here we go. Going back and forth. And then I'm trying to transfer right, left, left, right. Okay? Just like that. Right, left, right. Now, I'm gonna focus on the sit. So right before I go and hit, I'm gonna sit and then I'm gonna time it to where everything is gonna go up together. You're gonna see me sit and lift. Okay? Here we go. Sit, lift. Sit, lift. Lift, sit, lift. And then everything going up together. Yes, time it. Every time we time it, lift, 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 lift. Really focusing on hitting up, lift. Notice that we're starting to coordinate the body. The ball becomes starting off the wall a little bit heavier ball. So coming down, the more we're hitting up, the faster that ball is going to drop down on the court, making your shot a lot heavier and a lot harder for your opponent to handle. Okay, a couple more. Here we go. Down, sit, lift. Sit, lift. And I'm exaggerating it a bit. I want to feel it. Sit, lift. I want to build. I want to become comfortable. I want to feel what it feels like to sit. You know, not just keep doing the same things, and just using the racket, but actually feel. Maybe it's sit, boom, and push. Sit, boom. And if you lose a little bit of control with the racket, it's okay. You can bring it back, but You can't just play with the racket. You can't just play with the body. You gotta be able to work on both. So practicing against a wall without a partner in an environment like this really takes the pressure off making shots, and you can actually just work on these things. All right, let's get into the next exercise. All right, so the last exercise that I want you to do, let's work on our overheads and the serves. It's not something that we all enjoy doing, but it's obviously the serve is probably the most important shot in tennis. So let's just warm up the overhead and serve. Same thing. I'm gonna start in the half serve position here. Rackets up, elbows back. Okay, and I'm just gonna start hitting it down. So you gotta have a nice relaxed wrist, good pronation. Geez, I had a lot of pronation on that first one. That was good. But right through here. Nice and loose. That one got behind me. But I'm essentially trying to stay in front of the ball. My prep is gonna go up early. Good. Good. Again, it's a really good drill. Don't worry so much on how hard we're hitting it, but just focusing on the positioning, okay? This helps you understand where you can kind of control the ball. And then when you're serving, it makes it a lot easier, because when you're having to track good positioning on an overhead, well, think about it. When you're serving, you're standing still. So it should be a little bit easier to manage the serve motion standing still if you're working on it moving. So again, try to find the spot. That's more important, and the fluidity. So balance, fluidity with the swing. That's the most important thing. You're not looking to just crush the overheads. You're looking, if it gets behind you, there we go. Keep it in front. Here, loose. Loose with the wrist. And I'm trying to prepare the racket nice and early, so off of the wall before it comes to me. Now, rack it up. Rack it up. And if it's going behind my head, okay, get used to getting up on that back leg. Using the leg, jumping up there. All right? All right, guys. Well, that concludes our wall workout at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you guys next time.